Let's take a look at the euro dollar for the upcoming October the 7th session. Taking a look at this daily chart, again, we've still had this price of this upper channel. We had it hold and prices come up over the top of it. And again, just a lot of congestion here. Again, this is a couple weeks worth of data in here, just a lot of slow moving price action. Now let's go on down to the 4-hour chart and see that we had a nice 4-hour move here to the upside. Again, look at those big whippy moves to the upside, or when we're moving to the downside, a lot of unsure action and price action in the market. This was a little bit more consistent. You can see the less whippiness of the candles, the less exaggeration. You can see full-bodied candles here and a lot of long tails and long wicks over in this area. But we've had a consolidation period after this last run. And as we get into this 4-hour chart right here, you can see there's a really nice trend line moving to the upside. And so we're going to mark that. And we're going to take pretty much a general slope. We're going to get a lot of these bodies in here, as you can see what we're doing right now. And that's allows us to get a really solid, good trend line that if we do get a violation of that, high probability that we're going to have a nice trade in that direction. So as we move on down to, let's go on, head on down to the 1-hour chart. You can see that we have our trend line in here. And what we're going to watch for, again, the MACD is very bullish at this point still. This trend line here is going to give us a nice ability to say, look, when we get a 1-hour close below this trend line, there's going to be a high probability we're going to see price continue to move in a downward motion. Likewise, as you can see, there's a lot of consolidation right here. Not a lot, even when we get down to a 30-minute chart. And this is, I think, important for you folks that are working regular jobs still to keep in mind, is that there's not a lot to draw a trend line in here. So what we're going to watch for is another possible sell up at this level right here, these highs. So we're going to watch for 2 sells and 1 buy this evening. So we're going to look for a sell if price closes below this trend line on a 60-minute. We're also going to watch to see how price reacts up at this level here. And if for some reason we get some kind of trend line up through this area in the future, and price holds up here at this level, doesn't really penetrate or close above it, then any kind of close below this trend line on a 30-minute, we're going to look to sell as well. Now, the buy that we're going to be looking for in the upcoming session is a close above this high on a 60-minute chart, not a 30-minute, on a 60-minute. Any kind of close above this high on a 60-minute chart is what we're going to look for a buy. And again, it's because there's some bullishness here in the MACD across several time frames. Now, a lot of people ask me, do I see a head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, kind of a right shoulder over here, and then the neckline coming through this level right here? And I would say yes, to me that could be a very, very sloppy head and shoulders. But still, we're going to watch for a close below this trend line on a 1-hour chart for a sell at that level. And that's what we're looking for on the euro dollar for the upcoming October the 7th session. Let's take a look at the pound dollar for the upcoming October the 7th session, And as we're taking a look at the daily chart here, you can see a lot of up and down movement. And that indicates to us that when we get into a position that we need to take our profit off the table a little bit more quickly and in larger chunks. So if we start to fund our trade in that 60, 70, 80% range. As we go down to the 4-hour, we're going to see on the pound dollar, again, a lot of up and down action, not a lot of follow through. And so when we get down to this 1-hour chart and we begin to look for a trade to negotiate an entry for, you can see that right now the MACD has a bearish tendency to it, right? It's below the waterline. Price has been consolidating right here. So it hasn't been a huge move to the downside, but still it has a bearish tone to it. Now on the pound dollar 1-hour chart, we have 2 really nice ranges, and we're going to go down to the 30 and take a look at it. And from a trading point of view, we do have a triangle that's going on here. We want to go ahead and watch this trend line here. And due to this chop that's occurred in here, what we want to make sure we do is have a close. We'd be looking to go short with a close on the 30-minute candle below this level here. And again, we'd be comfortable with that because the 30-minute and the 60-minute MACD is below the waterline. Now, to the upside, we'd want to be a little bit more cautious and a little bit more judicious in our trade. And we'd like to close above this trend line here on the upside on a 60-minute. And the reason that is because we have all this recent congestion here. You can see we're currently bouncing up into it. So for the pound dollar for the upcoming October 7th, we're looking for one buy, one sell, a 30-minute close below this trend line for a sell, a 60-minute close above this trend line here for a buy.